Hello and welcome. Hi Sherry. Hi Jessica. You guys are the first to join. Thank you for being here. I'm going to just let people have like 5 minutes to trickle in. So feel free to um, put yourself on mute or don't. But I just wanted to let you know that I'll be getting started in about 5 minutes.
Okay.
Hi Kira. Welcome. I was just telling everyone that I'm just going to wait maybe 2, 3 more minutes before really getting started just to give people grace.
Okay, great.
Hello, iPhone 81. Um, who is that by chance? If you wouldn't mind, if you can't talk, it's okay. If you can put in the chat who that is, just so we know, just so I know who it is, and we know how to address you. I was just telling everyone in the meeting who's here so far. I think everybody, all 7 people coming on the trip, well, 8 total, RSVP that they could make it tonight. So I'm just going to give a couple minutes for people to join. So we'll start promptly at 7:05. Okay, we'll get started. Maybe other people will join us. Um, and actually, I see that not everybody RSVP that they could come. So, if anything, they will get an email um, when by tomorrow with all of this, with the recap of the video so people can watch it at their leisure. Same to all of you if you happen to have to jump off um, while we're on, then you will get that meeting recap email as well. Okay, so thank you for your patience. Um, and thank you, Ashley, for telling us that you are in the chat or you are in the meeting. There's a few people that are missing then, and that's fine. They'll get that email. Okay. All right. Well, I'm so excited. Welcome to our trip kickoff session for South Africa, our New Year trip. This is I haven't been on a New Year's trip for like at least 15 years. This is going to be amazing. I'm so excited to celebrate New Year's with y'all in another country. I think that's going to be amazing to usher in the new year in the motherland. How do y'all feel about that?
Excited.
Yeah, excited. Yeah, for sure.
I'm really excited too. I've never been anywhere out of the country for a new year.
Yay. Okay. This is going to be amazing. All right. Are y'all turn up? Are y'all New Year turn up people? Usually chill in the house? A little bit of both?
I'm like a combo between both.
Okay. What did y'all do for last year, New Year's? Do you remember?
I
I
was
stayed at
definitely in the
home.
house with you. Yeah, I was in the house too.
Yeah, I was asleep.
Nothing wrong with that. I was at home too. I think I had like a few people over. But I definitely was kicking everybody out at like 1 o'clock. All right, time to go. Time to sleep. All right. Okay, well, yay. Well, this is going to be good for all of us to try do something new, get out of our comfort zone, be out the house, out the country, all that jazz. Okay. Well, I know that some of us are new to Leslie Friends Travel, so welcome. Thank you for making this your first trip. Some of us are seasoned. They've been to events and or trips. But wherever you are in the Lesbian Friends journey, you are right where you need to be. And this is going to be like just built-in family because people on when we travel together, we get to know each other, we bond, we there for each other. So I'm excited to experience all of this with everyone. Okay, sorry, I have two screens, so if I'm not looking directly at the camera, just know I'm present. I'm just trying to go by my outline so I cover everything. Okay, so we already started off with a little bit of an icebreaker, um, but um, but we're going to continue that in Lisa fashion. I do like an icebreaker for trips, events, what have you. So just humor me, all right? It helps me warm up. It helps me, I just like an icebreaker. All right, so we're gonna do a quick icebreaker. I'm gonna put these in the chat so you don't have to memorize them. But I would like people to pick. Actually, I'm gonna break these up. All right, so we're gonna do two at. We're gonna start three at first, and you can answer all three, or you can choose. I'm gonna make you choose two, at least two. And I like to lead by example, so I will start us off. All right. So in the chat, you'll see the three questions. So where are you joining from tonight? And what's one thing you're most excited about for the trip? Two, what's your travel style in one word? Three, if you could describe how you want to feel on this trip in one word, what would it be? So you guys got time to prep. Okay. At least answer two, please. All right. I'm joining from Washington, D.C. in my office, which is where I spend most of my day, if not in the car, doing errands or something. I'm most excited about the weather and going someplace new. I've been to South Africa before, but I've never been to the places that we're going in South Africa, at least two of them. So I'm so excited to try new places. Y'all will be repeat South Africa travelers as well. And then what's my travel style in one word? Organized. Um, and hopefully that will come out in professionally, but also personally. I'm pretty organized as well. If you could describe how you want to feel on this trip in one word, um, joyful. I want to feel joyful. And I think, yeah, I already do. So, okay, we do the volunteer method. Unless you don't volunteer, then I'll volunteer you to go. So, do we have any takers to go next? Oh, and you could say your name too. You could definitely please say your name.
I'll go next. My name is Shari, and I am joining from Tampa, Florida. My traveling style, explore. I like to explore where I travel. Um, if you could describe, relax. On my trip, I want to feel relaxed and free.
Nice. Thank you.
I'll go. I'm Jessica. I'm in PG County, Maryland. I'm excited to visit Africa. I haven't never been. Um, I guess my travel style is would also be explore. Um, I just kind of pick a place and walk as many places I can. And on this particular trip, I would also say relax because I just would like to take advantage of not having to plan everything or seek out different places to go. So that's what I'm looking forward to.
Thank you.
I'll go next. I'm Kira. I'm joining from Maryland. One thing I'm most excited for about the trip, food. I'm always excited for food. My travel style, food motivated. Uh, um, describe what I want to feel on this. Just like fulfilled, like good company, good food, new experiences.
Thank you. All right, two more to go.
I can go next. Hi, everybody. I'm Lee. I am calling in from Baltimore, Maryland. I'm trying to read the questions and driving at the same time. Sorry, it's a little risky.
No, I'll repeat the question so you don't have to if
Okay,
you want.
thank you so much. I appreciate it.
All right. Most excited about on this trip, Lee?
Most excited about just going somewhere I've never been and being with people who I don't know, which is great. Uh, yeah, I think going somewhere I've never been and meeting people and hanging with people I've never been around or hung around before.
Okay, travel
So meeting
style.
people.
Oh,
Sorry.
sorry. No, that was a great answer. I was just going to ask your travel style in one word, and then how do you want to feel on this trip in one word?
Okay. My travel style in one word is usually very planned and organized, but this is the first time I've done a trip where I didn't plan anything. So usually it's organized. I'll say organized. Um, describe what was the last part again? I'm sorry, the last one.
How do you want to feel on this trip?
Oh, on the trip, I want to feel fulfilled, I guess. Fulfilled would probably be the word.
Thank you. Appreciate you, and please drive safely, number one.
Thanks.
All right, last but not least, would you please introduce yourself? And I didn't put the name, but feel free to say your name and
Okay.
pronouns. I'm sorry. We can circle back and do pronouns later. Sorry for those of you who want to share pronouns.
So, my bad. I'm just introducing myself.
Yes, I'm sorry. And there's a chat function on the right-hand side. If are you on your phone maybe
My iPad.
or on the iPad? There should be a chat. You can see it on the bottom of the app. What does it look like? It's like the three lines.
Oh, I see. All right.
I could say all those things again if you want.
All right.
Three dots. Okay. Number one, name, where are you joining from tonight? And what's one thing you're most excited about for this trip?
Mm, my name is Trish, and I am joining from Tampa, Florida. And you said the most thing,
Something you're really excited about on this trip.
everything, to be honest. Everything. I don't have nothing in particular. I'm just excited about everything.
Awesome. Second question. That was a three-part question. What's your travel style in one word or a few words?
Uh, I'm random. Like I'm like pretty adventurous.
Okay. Think you're in good company. And then last but not least, if you could describe how you want to feel on this trip, what would that be?
Like I'm not an American.
I like that answer. And luckily we gonna blend right in. We gonna feel, I mean,
That's why
until
I
we
want
open
to feel
our,
like I'm blending in.
but then we gonna have to work on your South African accent because
Yeah.
when you open your mouth, they probably gonna know. But that's okay. Okay, thank you everyone for the first round of icebreakers. All right. So just if most of us, this is our first time, well, most of y'all, this is your first time on a trip kickoff session. Kiera is a veteran, so she's been on a trip kickoff session before. I believe you were on the, yes, you are on that one.
Ask if
But
we could
just
be naked
so
in the woods.
Oh, yes, the naked comments. Yes. Okay. Yeah. All right. That's Kiera, guys. Um, we went glamping this summer, so yes. We'll tell Kiera will tell you all about her cabin, yeah, later. But just so you know the flow of the meeting tonight. So we did our welcome, we did our first round of icebreakers, and intros. Then I'm gonna go over the trip overview and I will walk us through the travel guide. You will get the travel guide. It's a virtual travel guide. You can also print it off, but it's like 30 pages long, so you don't have to. But I send also a PDF link. So if you're that person who likes to print things and write notes in the margins, you can do that as well. So yes, we'll go over all of the places that we'll be going, the accommodations, the activities, the included meals, and the important logistics about the trip um, and what's coming next in terms of planning. And then I will, and then we'll of course ask any questions at any time. You can put it in the group chat, or you can wait until I take a breath and you can interrupt. You don't have to necessarily raise your hand in the meeting, but you can just unmute yourself and feel free to ask a question. And then, of course, we'll close it out. We might do an icebreaker or two in between somewhere over there, but I will share all the important information to hopefully make you feel prepared and even more excited about the trip. Okay? Okay. All right. I am going to share my screen with you. Just bear with me as I toggle between screens. Okay. Okay. So everybody now, you should be able to see a screen that says Leslie Friends Travel, a guide to South Africa? Thank you for nodding. Sometimes it can be wonky. I use Canva as a platform. If by some chance what I'm saying doesn't line up with what's on the screen, just let me know. So you can see things as I go along. This is going to just be an overview of what's in the travel guide. It is a lot of information. That's why I send it to you, but also, oh, this one's only 22 pages. I'm sorry. We've had one that's been 30 pages. We were more concise with this one. But if for some reason, you can go over it at your leisure, but it's a lot of reading to do. So I just like to point out the important parts just in case you don't have a chance to read it word for word. So you guys know, I'll go back to that screen. You guys know who we are and why you're here, and thank you for supporting Leslie Friends Travel. Couldn't do this without people who wanted to take the chance and travel with maybe a company they heard about a few months ago. Who knows? But hopefully you will love it and come back on many a return trip. Okay, so this is the table of contents. When you hover over one of these um, titles, you can it's actually a live link to whatever page that is. So you don't have to sift through, the 20 pages to get through the packing list. Okay. I'm so excited. Africa is like, I'm a move there one day and own property there. But South Africa is like a great landing place for your first potential time to Africa. I know that there were some people when I did this trip last year, but it was a different type of South Africa trip. And it was some people's first time out of the country. So wherever you are in your travel journey, South Africa is an amazing place to go. Okay, the places that we are going to and why we are going to these. I know that Johannesburg and Cape Town are pretty much the most popular destinations in South Africa. That's where people, hear about. We did both of those last year. They were great. Cape Town is it's very modern. You can get around easily. There's just things people want to do when they're there, like Robins Island. We could have done the same trip, but I wanted to offer something different. And because Cape Town is more diverse, there are a good amount of white people there. I really wanted this to be an immersive trip in the culture of the people who originally were in South Africa. So that is why I picked the destinations that I did this time around. Also, we have a little bit of the city. We have a whole lot of culture in Johannesburg, queer culture included, but just African culture. And then we get to go to the beach and on safari and kind of be in the lap of luxury in these other two places that we're going. So that is why we're going to the three destinations that we are. Johannesburg, more of a city. We get the history, the landmarks, still culture everywhere. Manyoni, I'll have to work on my pronunciation, so just bear with me. I'll get it down before we get there. But when we go to our second destination, we're going to be at a game reserve. So the typical South Africa experience, people want to do a safari, so we'll get to do that. And then when we are in Manguzi, we have a beautiful coast where we'll get to do some excursions and be active for our adventurous and explorative people. But I think we're all adventurers at heart. So I think this will be a perfect lineup for everybody. I am so sorry. I missed this part. Sorry. Don't just ignore the Japan thing. My editing, I just be moving too fast. I'm sorry. Everything about this page is right except Japan. We just finished Japan, so sorry. I will change that before you get this. So South Africa. There are 11 official languages in South Africa. Can you believe that? Like, I don't even think I have a master on English half of the time. So the fact that, people in South Africa master several. That is amazing to me. And we will learn, we will have a little language lesson while we're there. So, we can at least get by um, in the local customs and maybe communicate with people in their native language. But most people in South Africa, they can fluently speak English. So feel ease that we don't have to necessarily learn another language unless we want to. Um, okay, just random tidbits of information for you to read at your leisure about nuclear weapons. Kind of interesting, but it is it is great that we are going to a peaceful nation. Um, One thing that we did before that I just thought would be amazing to do again, or highlight, is the Cradle of Humankind, where there is some of the oldest fossils that can be found on Earth. South Africa has a lot of history. It also has 3 capital cities, which is amazing. We will hopefully see all of the big 5 while we are on safari, and many more animals when we are in the game reserve. But for those who don't know, these are the ones people definitely want to see. I mean, I get excited by all the animals, but these are the ones that people want to see: the lions, elephants, buffalo, rhino, and leopard. So we'll make a game out of that when we're on safari. Okay, we'll move on. I know all of you guys' passport is valid. Nobody's gonna get stuck in South Africa, right? Okay, good. And this is just in general travel tip. And when you do travel, if you have a lot of stamps on your passport, great, but you have to have at least 2 blank pages. I've seen someone get turned away because they didn't have a blank page for them to stamp. This was years ago. I don't know how much of a stickler they are now, but that is recommended on the State Department's website as well. So just so you know. It doesn't matter where they are in your passport, but you need to have at least 2 free pages. And you can actually request extra pages if you fill up your passport, which is pretty cool. There's no visa requirements, so rest assured. Also, there are no vaccination requirements, so you don't need to get vaccinated. You can if you want to, but it is not a need. They do not ask for documentation. You will not get refused entry if you don't have a malaria shot. I believe like 2 people got that last year just because they felt more comfortable. South Africa does require this in places sometimes for entry if you're coming from a different country, but we're coming from the United States, so we're good to go. Okay, some things, just we'll talk about these on the packing list, but even though it's going to be warm in South Africa, the weather is going to be, it's going to be very nice in the 80s. It is suggested to wear long sleeves and pants, and light breathable fabrics. Also, insect repellent with DEET. And I don't think any of us experienced this in the last trip, but needing a mosquito net. I mean, the places we're staying will be comfortable, but those can be provided for those people, for if you'd like that extra precaution. Okay, I like to just share these things because they've come in helpful for me. Passport, make a copy of your passport. Just for any trip you have, make a copy, make sure it's in your Google Drive, wherever. But also print it, laminate it, just have that on you. This will not happen on this trip, but there was someone who got their passport stolen on a Brazil trip. And so it's just so much easier if you have a copy of that documentation somewhere to refer to. I always recommend getting travel insurance. I even make it mandatory, but we're all adults, so I don't check. I have a friend, this wasn't on one of the lesbian friends trip, but she got COVID in Mexico. And I think this was towards the end of the pandemic. And so she couldn't leave Mexico because she tested positive. And she had travel insurance. Her friend did not have travel insurance, since her friend racked up a hospital bill of thousands of dollars. But travel insurance covered her, being able to recover there and the hotel and everything. So it's at a couple extra $100, but it's a good investment because you never know what could happen. Also, your health insurance does not extend to other countries, unless you have miraculous health insurance, which I don't think anybody does. So, so yes, please get travel insurance. And for those of us who travel with medication, I haven't really known them to check, but you might want to just have your medication, the original travel containers. When I was going through Dubai, was it Dubai or Abu Dhabi? They were like, I didn't have my original travel medication containers. I had like a little pill case, and they pulled me over for like an hour and were like, what is this for? I was like, this is Tylenol, my dude. So anyway, that might come in handy so you aren't bothered in the airport. Also, we will be staying at sophisticated hotels that will hopefully have outlets, at least one or two like USB outlets, compatible outlets. But that is not promised. And hotels do not supply adapters. I just came back from St. Lucia. We were asked out. They were like, you have one American plug in your room. That's all you get. We had a million things to plug in. And so just invest in an adapter. I include one in the packing list, a few pages down, so you know what that looks like. But it's a good investment, and they have the universal one. So you can just buy one and use it in multiple countries. All right, I do have a link to the State Department here, just so you can stay up to date. If you want to register for travel alerts with them, but I'm also registered, so we're good to go. And if you have any questions about that, let me know. All right, arrival. I know some of us are getting in early, and which is great. If you are getting in early and you'd like to add on a room to the hotel stay organized through me, just let me know by this week, please. I'm doing that for one person who's not on the call right now, and I just have to make sure they're available. You are also welcome to sort that out yourself. It's pretty easy to, book an extra night online. Can't guarantee that they won't make you check out and then check back in. It depends what room you book, personally. But if you have any questions about that, ask me. I think 3 people are getting there early, and then everybody else gets there the day of. So we will be picked up from the airport. Those of you flying in early, it's not an expensive Uber ride or cab ride, so you should be easy to navigate to the hotel yourself. If I book you a private transfer, it will be more expensive. So let me know if you need that information, though. So our first accommodation is in Johannesburg. Then we head to Halui, excuse me. And then we go to Manguzi, excuse me. And so you have all these are live links to the hotel. You can check out the hotel. These are Google Maps. So if you happen to, just want to figure out if you see yourself walking around when we're on site and you just need to figure out how to get back real quick, these links will take you to Google Maps. Also, little tip about Google Maps, for those who like to explore on foot, but might not want to pay, might not get a data plan while we're out of the country, I would suggest downloading a map of the places we're going offline to be accessible offline on Google Maps. And you can just do that if you have Google Maps on your phone. There's a YouTube tutorial for it, but it's very easy to just search for South Africa, the cities that we're going to, or just all of South Africa, depending on how much room you have in your phone. It just uses up some storage space, but that would be available offline so that you can use that map without having to use your data. Okay. As far as airport transfers go, there will be a sign. I'm not sure if because we'll all be getting picked up around the same time. I don't know if the sign's going to say Lesbi Friends Travel or all of our names, but I'll be at the airport. So we'll find each other. The airport has free Wi-Fi. We'll find each other. I'll give you guys a meeting spot, but we'll find each other and then we'll go to the airport together. Excuse me, the hotel together from the airport. And I think I have everybody's flight information. So thank you all for getting that to me. As you probably saw the email today, we have a WhatsApp group. That's how we communicate with one another before the trip, and then during the trip and even after the trip. For those who want to stay in touch in one group. So you can click the link in the email that was sent earlier today with the reminder of today's meeting. Or I'll add you by tomorrow to the group. So you'll be added one way or another. Even if you don't have data when we're in South Africa, try to just when there is free Wi-Fi, like if you're in your room by yourself or whatever, if you have your own room, just try to check the WhatsApp group just in case there are any last minute changes, or like we might want to go organize in our free time, we might want to organize with one another, like an outing or something. So that's the easiest way to communicate, the WhatsApp group chat. Also, if you are going to be doing anything in South Africa or communicating with any businesses, they use WhatsApp a lot. I remember when I went last year, I booked a mani-pedi through WhatsApp. That's just how like a lot of businesses in other countries communicate. So it's just a good app to have on your phone in general. If you do want to purchase a SIM card, these are the major providers where you can that you can get an eSIM card. I've never done it out of country. I usually just get the data plan. But I do know people who they'll get a local SIM card wherever they go. And it just makes sense for them. So you have options to explore. And all of the accommodations that we will be staying at have the internet. So you will not have to be disconnected even if you don't get the data plan. All right, let's talk about money. All right, you guys all got your mail. Everybody got their packages. Yay. I'm so excited when I can send people money that I can order. Where did I go? I went somewhere and I couldn't order the foreign currency. I was just so disappointed. I'm like, darn it. But South African Rand is pretty common. So you guys should all have a little starter money. Use it as you will, but probably good for tipping. They also take people will take USD for tips. I wouldn't say to bring a bunch of it, but if that's all you got and you need to tip a driver will take $1, you know. I just wouldn't recommend it, and I try to be respectful of people's countries, their customs and norms. So try to you don't need to order money ahead of time. But when you get to South Africa at the airport, if you bring a debit card, you can take money out of the ATM while we're at the airport. We can also ask the driver to stop, and so people can have cash available. But I would say I always just recommend people have cash for tipping at least, because tipping is very much appreciated and even needed, even if it's, again, just like a couple dollars. So I typically budget at least $100 for tips when I travel, just to give something. You can use your credit and debit cards. I'm gonna get all my points, so I usually swipe. Markets, you will need cash though, so definitely have cash if for shopping, because that's not always easy to come by. I remember this guy had to go it took him 30 minutes to go borrow a machine down the road from his friend, and then he couldn't get the internet to work. I ended up getting the item, but I had to borrow money end up borrowing cash from people because the machine didn't work to use my ATM card or to use my credit card. So again, cash is king. All right, let's get into the queerness that is South Africa. This is probably one of the queerest places in one of the queerest places that we could go, where same-sex marriage, it just feels, like it is, it is legal, right? We are, especially in Johannesburg, like there are so many queer people. So, and we're Black, and it feels very welcoming. And people look like you, and yeah. So, and they have clubs. We even went to a strip club last time. If you guys want to repeat that, I could take you. I feel like the strippers liked us women more than the men that were there. We probably tipped them better too. But South Africa is very gay, so we'll fit right in. Um, and people are very openly gay. My friend Curleen, who lives there, she told me like people walk outside. Someone was walking outside with a strap at a restaurant. Like it's that gay, and nobody looked at them sideways. So yeah. But you can read more about that at your leisure. All right, this is a little bit information about what to expect weather-wise. Um, so daytime temperatures, we're going to 3 different places, right? So that also ranges, but um, daytime temperature that you can expect is high 70s to high 80s. But then in the evening, it drops a little bit. So if you're cold-natured like me, bring a light jacket or a blanket. There might be some rain, but I wouldn't be too worried if you bring in a small umbrella or which we can probably borrow from the hotels if you don't have one, or a poncho, you should be fine. It's not going to rain all day. We'll have plenty of sunshine all day long, unlike what we're experiencing here. And then this little ticker on the right it's a widget. It only goes like a week out. So closer to the trip, it'll update with the trip dates. But of course, you can Google what the weather will be like when we're there. So you can start your packing sooner than later. All right, I'm gonna take a break and pause. Whew. um, because I need to breathe for a little while. But also, you know what time it is. It's time for another icebreaker. And then I also want to, sorry, I get excited. I also want to just see if people have any questions.
How much currency would you recommend?
How much shopping are you gonna do? I had like 2 or 3 people buy extra suitcases last time. Like, I get that you don't think you're gonna buy things, and that's completely fine. But you might want to buy, uh, a shirt. You might want to buy some artwork when we go to the market or a hat. I was that person. I'm like, I'm not gonna buy anything. Um, and then I probably spent like $300-400 on me, just me, like just buying stuff. I brought back a couple bottles of wine. Um, so because a lot of the food is included, I think
Mhm.
all the meals except the first hotel are it's all inclusive. You don't have to worry about like buying food or anything. Um, but tipping is not included. I don't tip. Lesbi Friends does not tip for you. Um, so I would budget tip money, whatever that looks like for you. And then for drivers or for guides, um, and for meals. Alcohol is also not covered on during meals, so you would have to pay for that at your own expense. But I would say for this length of a trip, I would at least budget $50 a day. So a good $200 to $300. If a little
American.
fancy. American,
Right.
yes, I'm sorry, American. I can
And
I can
then,
convert it real quick, but
so it converts to a lot, not a lot, but you know. Um, so a t-shirt would be 100 grand, or You know what I mean?
I
Like,
mean, they were gonna start high.
depends.
You're black, but they're still gonna they were gonna start high. And then so like it if it starts at 100 rand, I mean it might start at 20 USD, but let me pull up my handy dandy converter. You guys got iPhones?
Mhm,
Anybody got an iPhone? If
mhm.
not, I there's a cool app called Currency Converter. But for people who have iPhones, if you go to the calculator,
Mhm.
they there's a conversion thing right on the calculator. So I am cheating and I'm
It
pulling
does
up,
that?
huh?
It does this currency? I didn't think it did. Oh, okay.
So in the top right-hand corner, there's something called calculator. Well, it says the calculator, sorry, my screen is blurry. Then you hit convert at the bottom, and then the top number for me is USD, the bottom number is Rand. So a $20 what would might be a $20 t-shirt is 340 Rand. I mean, if it costs you $20. I did buy this really nice dress in South Africa. It was like $40. I have never
Oh,
worn that. Don't do that. Don't be like me. I have never worn that dress. But like if you're gonna pay maybe $10 for a mask, like let's say just like something to like a woodwork mask to put on your wall, that's about 170 ZAR,
okay.
Rand, South African Rand or ZAR. So when you go to the ATM, I don't do all this math in advance. I just usually they give you the option of what it would be in USD, but you take it out in their local currency. But if they don't, then you just pull up the app and you do the math real quick. So I for 200 USD, that's 3,400 Rand, 3,400 Rand. So that's probably what I'll start with
Okay.
um, for
Yeah, I was just
cash.
for the currency from the bank from my bank.
Okay.
Yeah,
Um,
not a
that is a
ton.
good idea. That is a good idea if you do it this week or next week, because there was one time I did that last minute. It took 2 weeks to get, and everything's slow because of the holidays.
Oh, gotcha.
So, so I would do that this week or next week. But the ATM is a good option too.
So
I'm
you,
gonna I ordered money for all of y'all. I'm gonna take my money out when we get to South Africa.
so are you using a Schwab account or what I've seen
I
is
bank with Bank of America,
okay. So do I.
but and so Bank of America typically, if I order it today, it might be here on Friday at a local branch, Thursday or Friday. But for those of, well, sorry, our Florida people, I'm sure you guys have local ones too. Today I just went to this currency place in DC. I ordered Icelandic currency for the Iceland trip on Thursday. It got here on Friday, but I couldn't pick it up until today. So sometimes you can get it the next day. Just depends. But it might be a little bit more through that person, like one of those local places. All right, any other questions? I love questions. Okay, I'm gonna put our next question in the chat. Um, I don't know about USAA, Lee. I used to bank with them. And then you know what? And then I had like a zero balance for like a month and they closed my account. So rude. Anyway, I really like USAA Federal Savings Bank. I've not all banks order money, as this guy from Treasure Trove, the foreign currency place that I picked up that I went to today, told me. Not all banks will order money for you. So I don't know about a federal credit union. I bank with Navy Federal, but I've never ordered money from them. I also bank with Capital One, and Capital One said they get their money through Bank of America. So if you do have I mean, Capital One's a big bank, but maybe if it's not as a big of a bank, they might have to work with another bank. So just give yourself extra time. But you can usually do it right on the app. For Bank of America, you order money on the app. If you're logged into your account, you just type in the search bar foreign currency, and then AI says, "Do you want to order foreign currency?" And it's very easy. Costs $7.50 to have it delivered to the bank. You still have to go pick it up at the bank. Um, so it's very expensive, but if you want the ease and just knowing that you have your money before you leave the trip for the trip, then just order that by Friday. That's my recommendation. Okay. Ask questions as you see fit, but we're going to get into, we're going to go over. Sorry, guys. What's one item you always bring with on your with you when you travel that isn't on the usual packing list? Anybody bring a blankie? For drinks, for like, if let's say we go out for a group meal, um, you can typically pay with your credit card. Um, but for ease, and for so we don't have to deal with splitting checks, which some people don't mind, but I would probably just bring, and also things are going to be so much cheaper there. So like you may be able to get a drink for like $5, $6, like a cocktail. But yeah, I would probably do it with cash for drinks. All right. Do you bring disposable sheets or great answer. Do you bring disposable sheets or do you bring like the sheets from your closet that you want to bring home and wash? I have a friend who brings disposable towels, disposable washcloths. Oh, okay. I'm not mad at that. Are you a little bit of a germaphobe? Okay, I understand. Things aren't always clean. I get it. All right, anybody else? What's something you bring when you travel that's not on a traditional packing list? So, yes, we do know. For those who are sharing a room, like two separate beds, the beds are doubles or twins. Unfortunately, that's just other country standards. I wish that we could all have queen beds, but that's just how they set up in most countries. Where even Europe, they do Europe, Asia, they do two twin beds in the room. So um, that's what size I would plan for if you do plan on bringing disposable sheets. I'm not going to bring disposable sheets. I like all the germs. No, I'm just kidding. But I'm also that person. I'm staying in a hotel. I would like my sheets changed, like, every day, every couple of days, I'm paying for it. So, feel free to utilize the services that you paid for. But these are nice places, so we're not slumming it. Um, Anybody else have anything they pack that's not on a typical packing list? Okay. We're staying in three places. Three places where all the movement. We have the city, Joburg. We have Halui. I need to practice that. Which is our safari, our game lodge, and then we have Manzinga, which is our beach. All right, you guys don't really like this question, so I'm gonna ask one more question and then we're gonna get into the itinerary very quickly because I'm trying to be respectful of y'all this time, but I'm not a very concise person. Sorry.
I
All
have a
right.
question.
Yes.
I know you had briefly went over some of well, clothing. Is it best to always have some kind of a long sleeve or is short sleeve all right?
Short sleeve is fine. Honestly, you'll see a lot of local people are going to have long sleeves because it protects their skin from the sun. They probably don't care about the bugs. They're probably used to them, but also bugs. So I typically always have like a light jacket. I'll show you. I have a light jacket packed in my bag that doesn't take up any room at all. Like something very light like this. So I would bring something like this, but probably I would wear like a sleeveless or a short sleeve shirt. Wear shorts if you want. If you do wear pants, just make sure they're like that light material. On safari, I would probably, because we'll be in the sun and skin cancer is a thing. Um, I mean, lather up with all the sunblock, but I would also probably, I'm gonna wear long pants for the safari. Also, I don't like flies and bugs and stuff. So the answer is pack layers. Pack layers. So have something to cover you when we're out. All right. This will be really easy. Adventure. Are you an adventure all day or find me by the pool with a drink person? I feel like y'all are gonna say adventure.
Both. Both.
I'm
Like
excited.
one day, I might do one day of all adventure, one day of all by the pool.
Thank you.
There's no
That's what I
reason
would.
to do back to back. Let's just mix it up.
Okay. That's fair. Well, we're gonna get a mixed here. That'll be good. Anybody else want to weigh in?
The chat.
Okay. Combo. Yes, food and drinks. Does anybody not drink? I want to be respectful if people are not drinkers. Okay. We are in South Africa. I will probably partake in wine. It's a good place to have wine. So, okay, I'm gonna share my screen with you guys again. And we can get into this itinerary. Okay, so day one, we arrive. Airport transfers for people who arrived the day of. And then we will get checked into the hotel, get comfortable. Then we will gather together for a welcome dinner. We're going to the Sanctuary Mandela, and dinner is included. The welcome dinner is included. Sanctuary Mandela, it's on Nelson Mandela's primary residence after he was released from Robben Island. And so it is his historic home. So we will enjoy a tour of that and have dinner there. So we get a little bit of history and culture, and we get to meet one another in person. Don't like to plan too much the day of arrival because people will be tired. So that part. Day two, we're gonna have breakfast. Breakfast is always included. So for people who like to eat up. So we'll have breakfast at the hotel. Then we will go to the Apartheid Museum and learn more about South Africa's complex past. And you could really spend hours in there. But I would say we'll probably spend at least like an hour and a half, 2 hours. We'll see photographs, artifacts, see/hear through video production as well, and multimedia installations, personal stories. They have a gift shop. I did buy a couple things at the gift shop. I bought a sweatshirt. I bought a sweatshirt, mask. I bought some things last year. They have a nice gift shop. And then we'll have the rest of the day to relax, self-explore Johannesburg. We can definitely go to that strip club I mentioned. I'm not even a strip club person, but if for those who like entertainment, we can definitely get out there and explore South Africa, excuse me, Joburg in different ways. Day 3, we're going to, oh, and so also just so you'll see this on this travel guide, but also on just the itinerary. I send you a separate itinerary with times, so you have times. This is just the overview. But there are themes. Themes are suggestions because some people like guidance. They like, like I'm a little indecisive, like what should I pack? What color should I wear? So, it just helps me. It helps me put, like rest my mind. You don't have to have these themes. Don't go out and buy the things to meet the themes. These are just suggestions and to bring the group solidarity if you want to be a part of that day's theme. You don't have to though. So they're just suggestions. So that read them at your leisure, partake at your comfort level, but don't feel obligated. I don't even follow all the things. Sometimes they're just suggestions. Again. Okay. Day 3, we are going to take a flight from Johannesburg to the Manyoni Game Reserve. So, Lee, that's our second hotel or accommodation. And then we'll get picked up from the airport and go to another airport called Richards Bay. And then we will get settled into our safari lodge and we will go on our first game drive. So we'll get to see the animals right away, hopefully, on day 3. Okay, so then we get to wake up on this, and all again, this is all inclusive. Wait, not this one. Sorry, the third one is all inclusive. So breakfast is included at this game lodge. All the meals, breakfast, lunch, and dinner are included starting on day 5. So for half of the trip, all the meals are included. Some dinners you just have to take care of yourself, dinners and lunches. So sorry, second destination, some meals are on your own. So we'll probably just relax, enjoy dinner together or on your own. You are not required to do everything with the group if you don't want to. I like me time, take all the me time you want. Day 4. Okay. So after breakfast at our safari lodge, we will have an early morning safari with our guide. And this is where we'll probably get the most opportunity to see animals and during like early morning. So we'll be in a Jeep, a covered Jeep. And so we'll explore, we'll be really up close with the animals. And our guide will give us more insight on the animals, on the area that we're staying. And then we'll have dinner under the stars. Day 5. There are also activities to do at the game lodge. So all the activities are included. So you can do different things while we're there outside of just doing the safari. So just know that we will be entertained. Day 5. Sorry, day 5. Let me change the screen. I'm looking at too many screens right now. Sorry, guys. All right, day 5. So we're calling this from bush to bush. So after one last morning safari and breakfast, then we get to have a private transport to towards Manguzi and Gug's Lodge. So we'll be by the Indian Ocean. And so this is a more rural area. This is for the people who want the relaxation, this is where it will definitely come in. And so this will be probably the slower pace. We'll get to enjoy village life and be immersed in that. nature, and also some spiritual wellness activities. So city, um, country kind of beach. That's how I envision this. So we're taking one flight and then we get to drive to this place. The activities that are included that we can do at Gugs, that's the name of the place we're staying. We have the option to do, these are all included, guided walks and hikes, and we can explore the coast and the surrounding landscapes. We can also do snorkeling because we will be at the beach. Where there's an opportunity to do fish trap exploration, where we're going to learn about ancient sustainable fishing methods that are still used in South Africa today. We will have we don't have to make it an official beach day. You can make every day a beach day, but we have access to the beach with umbrellas, beach chairs, and towels. So definitely we can take advantage of being there. And this is at our last accommodation, by the way. All of these things you can do at your leisure, not just on day 7. Then we have immersive community life experiences. So we can connect with local residents, visit community projects, learn about daily life in the local culture. We're going to have traditional meals and share stories in a local home. So like a site visit, a home visit, if you will. And then we'll go to visit social enterprises and community change makers, excuse me. So these will be arranged. I didn't want to, they'll definitely be arranged for the group to do for those who want to participate, but they're not mandatory. So everything is kind of flowy. So if on day 7, I organize the fish trap exploration and then the home visit to cook with the local and eat with the local family. If you want to go to the beach that day and do the home visit another day, you are welcome to. But if people want to do, so this is built-in group time, but also free time, if you will. You can do things at your leisure when we're in Manguzi, which is the last 3 days of the trip. Okay. And then unfortunately, for those who are departing on the day of, we leave on day 8 and head back to Johannesburg, where people will catch their individual flights. So we're going to go to Richards Bay Airport, catch an early flight to Johannesburg, and then people will depart on their respective flights to Johannesburg. All right, any questions about the itinerary or what we'll be doing there? I know we'll probably put this in the group chat more, but if there are things that aren't, included in the trip that people want to do, like when we do have free time, especially in Johannesburg, because that's probably more easily accessible, you can like easily look stuff up, then I'm happy to, look into it. But if there's like something you really want to see, then let me know and I'll see if we can, do that as a group while we're there. Okay. All right. Uber is a thing. Also, there's a popular local rideshare app called Bolt for people those explorers who might want to explore on your own. And I would not recommend taxis if you are not a local, unless the hotel organizes them. I would also not recommend public transport. Things are affordable, so an Uber or a Bolt is not going to be that bad. All right, here is some information on cuisine. Some of these restaurants are live links, so you can check them out. Just so you can kind of gauge what types of food you'll be eating, Kiera, the foodie. But these are some common dishes that we will have, some curries. I hope everybody eats meat and likes vegetables because that you will be eating some stews. And meals are typically communal in South Africa. I think that's probably just like an African thing. So yeah, I'm excited to eat with y'all and break bread with y'all. And the restaurants that I've shared they're just things that I've found in my research and they have good reviews. So, but of course, if anybody else finds a restaurant they really think we should go to, please share it with the group and we can share that experience together. So a little bit more about the dining and the food. Meals aren't very expensive. Street food is at most $6. Casual sit-down restaurant, low end $8, high end $15. And if you wanted to do upscale dining, which why, you could do that other places. But if you really wanted to do fancy, it might be like $25 to $60. Tipping is appreciated. It's not mandatory. And it's just suggested to tip around 10 to 15% of the bill. Again, in their local currency. Tap water is safe to drink, but I always recommend bottled water just because we're traveling and you never know. The restaurants, they do offer, bottled water at for pay. And if they do serve you like in a glass, it would typically be filtered water, but you can always ask. I just like to travel with a refillable water bottle because I like ice all the time. So I would recommend you bring a refillable water bottle at least to keep your drinks cold, like while we're on safari. You can load up with ice in the day, still have a bottle of water and, put that in your reusable water bottle. All right, I'm going to let everyone explore some of the traditions and cultures on their own when you guys get this. So you have a little bit of homework to do, but just real quick, the cultural do's and don'ts. So, we all seem very like grounded, down to earth. So we're gonna be respectful of local cultures and diversity and perspectives. I do recommend asking to take people's pictures before doing so, just out of respect. But typically people like their pictures being taken. We went to a local township and all of the kids and the families, they welcomed you into their home and they wanted you to take pictures with them and of them. So I think most people would like that and be even wanting you to show them on your phone, but it's just nice to ask. And then again, yes, you can read that at your leisure. As well as a little bit more about religion rather. Um, we have some language tutorials in the bottom right for those who want to practice. Saying things like thank you. I'm not going to butcher that. I need to work on my Duolingo in the next couple weeks. But Google Translate is your friend too. And you can download that to use offline too. Just to be able to hear how these things are said. But again, everybody speaks English, so you'll be fine. It's just nice. I think people appreciate it, if you can greet them in, their own language. So I'll at least learn that. Just more queer nightlife stuff for those who want to go out and experience that. Maybe we can try Babylon or Kitchener's. I'm not really a party person, but I can hang when I'm on vacation. So you'll find me out like every other night, but I still like my sleep. So yeah. Okay. And then the fun stuff, packing. Who started to pack? All right, Jessica. Shari, you're on your way, right? Like next week. Pull out the suitcase next week, people.
Maybe I started to pack. But
Who's the day before packer?
oh no.
Okay. All right. Just have a list. Have a list. I'm not mad at it. I know people who pack the day of the trip. I just, it's a lot of moving parts. And you got to bring layers, remember? You got to remember to bring.
I'm gonna try and be better. I'm gonna try and pack starting the end of this week. I'm
Okay,
gonna
I'm
try.
excited. We
Yeah, me
Have you
too.
guys thought about your New Year's Eve outfit? Even if we just chilling it like at the restaurant locally, we need to dress up, guys, a little bit, like be a little jazzy. We got to show them how we do it. Like not a ball gown, but you know, like
What
we gonna clean up.
what's dressing up? Because I don't really do that.
I only own ball gowns. Sorry.
Wear your ball gown. All right, let's say, okay, I have on a sweatshirt today and workout pants. That is not dressing up, right?
Yes.
So if you have like slacks or jeans, right? Jessica, if you were going on a date and you wanted to impress someone,
I
maybe
own the
that's
things.
dress.
I don't wear the things.
You own the things.
Yeah.
Do you want me to pick out your New Year's outfit?
No, I'm good. I got it.
I
I
like
just,
shopping,
I
so
work from home. I'm in real estate, but I don't have to dress. I'm in the part of real estate where you don't have to dress up. So I like never have to, almost never. And I don't go to church anymore. So
well, wear what makes you look and feel good. Look and feel your best, right?
gotcha.
It doesn't need to be Kira's ball gown. I'm not wearing a ball gown. I'm
I'm
not
only
wearing
bringing
heels.
two. I'm only bringing two ball gowns. So there you go. For
I
space.
love it. Be
For space.
yourself. Whatever it is, be yourself. Just maybe no sweatpants.
Okay.
And sad.
All right. I appreciate y'all. Wear what makes you comfortable. Okay. These are suggested things to pack outside of the list that I forgot to send y'all because I was moving too fast. Thank you, Kiera, for reminding me. These are actually live links to some things I found that just to have an idea. You don't need to do any of that, right? But you can look, right, for that plug adapter. If you click this plug adapter link, it will take you to what that looks like. So you have a selection of things to buy if you wanted to. You don't have to buy what you want to buy, but these are just suggestions. Yes. Um, Definitely you want a bag to carry stuff in, right? When we go out. So it could be a small backpack. It can be like a little canvas, like one of those little reusable bags. It could be a fanny pack, just something to carry money in. I would say definitely just a little bag. What else? Bug spray, sunblock. These are highly recommend comfortable walking shoes. I think Jessica, you said you like to walk a lot, so I know you got that on lock. Um, comfortable, be comfortable. We gonna be sitting on buses sometimes and jeeps, right? We don't gotta wear ball gowns every day. You can dress all sorts of down on safari. Because we gonna get dusty. Um, a hat for the sun. I think that's it. All right, last but not least, all right, I just like to say this because y'all get a million emails from me anyway. Thank you for reading them sometimes, all the time. I prefer email communication. It's just easier for me to follow, search, whatever, refer back to. So I will be emailing most of you up until the trip. I will also be in the group chat and active. If you have a pressing question for me, not just in general, but for me, don't put it in the group chat. Or if you do, put at Lisa in the group chat, or else I might miss it. I'm sorry. So anything like need to know, email. When we're on the trip, I got you. in group chat. I will not email you when we're on the trip. We will have all the face-to-face conversations. But that's just my one ask of you now that the group chat is open. I love the energy of the group chat. We're going to motivate Sherry to pull out her suitcase next week because I'm going to be sending the pictures of me packing. Jessica's going to do a little fashion show in whatever her New Year's outfit might be, or at least lay it out and show us so we can thumbs up. But yes, yes, now we can move over to the group chat, which I'm excited about. We're all meeting and connected, but for pressing things, please email me. I'm very sorry we went over, guys. I'm going to answer Lee's questions in the group chat. Is there a pool at each location? No, there is not a pool at each location. There's a pool at least 2 of the locations. I don't believe the safari there. I don't believe there's a pool at the safari location. You don't need to book any. So as far as and then your second question, Lee, you don't book anything. You just get yourself to South Africa and get yourself home. All the flights in South Africa, they've already been booked. There's 2, and the private transfer is already taken care of. So you just have to get yourself to South Africa and cover the meals not covered, which I told you are dinners and some lunches. Some dinners and some lunches, like half and half, but all breakfasts are covered. And then personal purchases. We're not paying for we're not paying for my shopping habit. Sorry, that answer was delayed. All right. Welcome, Massaquoi. Do you want to introduce yourself?
Hi, everyone. My name is Masakwa. I live in Connecticut. This will be my 3rd trip with Let's Be Friends and Travel, and I'm very excited about it. Super not excited about the flight, but super excited about going to Johannesburg. So happy to meet you all.
Happy to meet you too. Thank you. Wonderful introduction. Speaking of
Yeah.
flights, does anybody have a direct flight to or from?
I mean, sort of.
Yeah, so
I'm from Atlanta originally, so I'm going to spend 23 hours with my family for for Christmas Eve, and then I go straight from a direct flight from Atlanta to Cape Town. So I'll spend 4 days in Cape Town before I meet up with you guys.
I'm so excited. I'm happy that you made that decision so you still get the Cape Town vibes and have fun with your family.
Yes, the perfect amount of time.
How is yours sort of too, Jessica?
United has a direct back to the States, so it goes to Newark. So on the way back, I'm going to Newark. Then I had to do a separate flight back here because the times were weird. But yeah, it's like a 16-hour flight straight from.
Got this. Is anybody doing a layover?
On the
Yeah.
way, I'm going to Addis, but not.
Where?
It's very short. Ethiopia.
The layover in a
Oh,
country that I don't even know what it is.
do you want to tell me the airport code?
Qatar, or Qatar, however you say it.
Oh yeah,
Too.
I have a layover in Qatar. Yeah.
All right,
Lucky.
guys, for those who do not have lounge access, now would be the time to apply for that credit card that gives you lounge access. Qatar has nice lounges. They have good soup at their lounge. And if you're there for a few hours, lounges typically they feed you good seating. You can have all the wine you want or whatever. They have a bar. Get snoozy on the plane. If you drink. Um, but it's a nice little investment. Priority Pass, I think it's like $200 for the year. Some of your credit cards might already have that. Just check. Lounge access has been a game changer for me these last 2 years. But yes, it's free with Priority Pass in Qatar. So Lee, that's my suggestion for you.
Going to
All right.
London.
Oh, that is cool. Do you get to leave the airport or is it a quick turnaround?
Oh my God. I have to check. I can't remember.
Okay.
I can't remember. I think we're there for a few hours.
Okay.
So
Well,
I think we can.
It takes some time to get from the America terminal in London to get to the international, like they're not international, but like almost domestic terminal. There's a train thing and escalators and a bunch of stuff. So I've definitely been to London and missed a flight because the time frame was really short.
Oh.
I think we have a few hours. Almost. My God, I can't. I want to say probably more than 5 hours. I think. I have to look. But I would like to do
Okay.
a lounge in London.
All right, check your credit cards. Some of them already have it. We just don't be knowing because I don't be looking at my
Mhm.
reward. But just they might Google it, or AI tool it. Um, I'm stopping in Turkey for 18 hours. So I'm leaving the airport.
Mm.
And just gonna go explore. Um, I did that in Abu Dhabi too. But if you have more than 5 hours, I don't know, 5 hours might be cutting it close, especially now that Jessica told you what she experienced. Oh gosh. So yeah. But for safe travels to everyone. I'm excited to hear about your travel journeys. I'm excited for this group chat to see all of the packing photos. And then we get to welcome the other couple people who weren't on tonight. I think just one. Just one. All right. Yay. All right. Well, we're almost a full group. Yeah, just one. And I'm not gonna call them out, but they probably don't check their email from me. I think she said she had to set up a filter. Um, but yes, I'm looking forward to seeing you all in person. If there are any questions, please let me know. Hopefully I answered your question about the pool. Pack a bathing suit, I'm gonna be at the pool, beach. It's nice to not have to just pack winter gear. Sunglasses, pack your sunglasses. Anyway, you check out the packing list. All right. Y'all will be getting an email from me tomorrow with a recap of tonight's meeting, and all the important things to highlight. You can rewatch this at your leisure. Um, read, browse, skim the travel guide. It has all the links if you want to explore the hotel and see what they look like, the hotels. Um, yeah, I think that's it. You'll get the itinerary. I'll at least send you 3 more emails before the trip. So thank you in advance for checking your email. All right. What's for dinner? Anybody cooking when we get off?
Looking. It's 8:30.
Oh, well, I'm hungry.
You didn't eat before you got on.
I did not.
Oh, I did.
What did you have?
I had, well, Kiana came over this weekend and we had food from Teddy's Roadie shop. So I ate leftovers.
Oh, nice. I didn't have company this weekend, and so I don't have leftovers. But I love that for you. Oh, I can't wait to see all of you in a couple of weeks, like 3 weeks. That's a few, but yeah. For those who celebrate holidays, happy holidays. Have fun. Relaxing on your own or with family, whatever. Travel, safe travels if you're traveling for the holidays, all that. Yeah, I'm gonna let y'all go because I kept you over 30 minutes. But if anything comes up, please feel free to reach out, text, phone, email, all the above.
Man.
Download Google Maps, currency converter. All right, sorry, I'm just thinking of all the things I got to put in this wrap-up email. All right, everyone, have a good night. Thank you so much. South
Thank you.
Africa, here we come.
Thank you, Lisa. See you soon.
See you soon.